Hello, everyone. It's Elaine here, back with a short program concerning where our Earth was heading. And this does have a lot to do with gardening. It has a lot to do with many things, actually. The reason I have the camera off is because I'm hoping that none of the wording will get skewed as it's playing back. Because sometimes when you have the camera on, words get missed and it just doesn't sound quite right. Okay, well, the other day, my brother sent me an email, and I thought it was so darn good that I thought I'd share it. And it goes something like this. As we progress into 2017, I want to thank you for your educational emails over the past year. I am totally screwed up now and have little chance of recovery. I can no longer open a bathroom door without using a paper towel, nor let the waitress put lemon slices in my ice water without worrying about the bacteria on the lemon peel or on her hands. I can't sit down on a hotel bedspread because I can only imagine what has happened on it since it was last washed. Eating a little snack sends me on a guilt trip. Imagine how many gallons of trans fats I have consumed over the years. I can't touch any woman's handbag for fear she has placed it on the floor of a public toilet. I must send my special thanks for the email about rat poo in the glue on envelopes, because I now have to use a wet sponge with every envelope that needs sealing. Also, I now have to scrub the top of every can I open for the same reason. I don't use cancer-causing deodorants, even though I smell like a water buffalo on a hot day. And thanks to you, I've learned that my prayers only get answered if I forward an email to 7 of my friends and make a wish within 5 minutes. Failing that, all kinds of bad luck is going to befall me. Because of your concern, I no longer drink Coca-Cola because it can remove toilet stains. I no longer buy fuel without taking someone along to watch the car, so a serial killer doesn't crawl into my back seat when I'm filling up and I don't see them. I no longer use cling wrap in the microwave because it causes 7 different types of cancer. And thanks for letting me know that I can't boil a cup of water in the microwave anymore because it will blow up in my face, disfiguring me for life. I can no longer go to the cinema because I could be pricked with a needle that's infected with AIDS when I sit down. I no longer go to shopping centers because someone will drug me with a perfume sample and rob me. I no longer go to the bars because someone could put date rape drug in my drink when I go to the washroom. So I either have to take the drink with me to the washroom, which they frown upon, or I just can't go to the bar. I no longer answer the phone because someone will ask me to dial a number for which I will get a huge phone bill with calls to Jamaica, Uganda, Singapore, and Uzbekistan. Your great advice. I can't even pick up a penny coin dropped in the car park because it was probably placed there by a sex molester waiting to grab me as I bend over to pick it up. I can't do any gardening anymore because I'm afraid I'll get bitten by the violin spider and my hand will fall off. If you don't send this email to at least 144,000 people in the next 70 minutes, a large dove with diarrhea will land on your head at 5 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, and the fleas from 120 camels will infest your back, causing you to grow a hairy hump. I know this will occur because it actually happened to a friend of mine next door, the neighbor's ex-mother-in-law's second husband's cousin, best friend's beautician. Oh, and by the way, a German scientist from Argentina, after a lengthy study, has discovered that people with insufficient brain activity read their emails with their hand on the mouse. Well, don't bother taking it off now. It's too late. I thought that was kind of cute. But anyway, aside from all the joking, there is an awful lot of truth to some of these comments that are in here. People are being made so afraid of doing anything nowadays for fear of getting cancer, for fear of getting some other form of illness. They're just too terrified to eat to drink, terrified to breathe the air that we have. And it's just getting ridiculous. And just for an example, several examples actually. Right now I'm discussing Earth's preservation, the preservation of our planet. It's about time people started to think, smell the coffee. Farmland is being depleted. It's being depleted for parking lots and for building rows and rows of box houses that all look alike. You certainly wouldn't want to be wandering home drunk some night from the pub. Heaven forbid you'd probably walk into the wrong house. But yes, farmland is being depleted for parking lots, for shopping malls, for all kinds of different things. Beautiful, good, viable land being torn asunder. The government, they don't really do much to help farmers. Farmers are being bankrupted every day. There's an old saying that goes, and it's very, very true. It says, if you ate today, thank a farmer. That's very true. But pretty soon, our farmers aren't going to have any place to do any of their growing, and it's sad. Now we come to the problem with GMOs. Farmers feeding cattle, chickens, turkeys, etc., their pigs, feeding them genetically modified ingredients in their food, which in turn, when the animals are killed, humans eat the meat and they ingest the same garbage. Our bats are becoming extinct. They eat tens of thousands of mosquitoes daily. What's happening to our bats? They're all disappearing. We need to preserve our bats. Frogs, they're disappearing. They eat flies and mosquitoes by the thousands as well. Very beneficial. They're disappearing. Hummingbirds are becoming rare. Bumblebees, they're natural pollinators, very beneficial. Dragonflies, lightning bugs or lightning flies as many call them, and ladybugs. Many species of animals are now on the verge of extinction. Trees are being plundered and depleting our forests, and these trees are necessary. They supply environmental oxygen. It's thanks to them we have clean, fresh air to breathe. Oil spills, polluting the water, killing marine life. Chemical sprays that kill not only the pesky bugs, but also the beneficial ones, and many birds. The ozone layer is constantly being plundered. And we're getting the greenhouse effect now, and seasons are changing all over the world. The polar caps are melting, and that's going to cause disaster when that happens. And it's melting at a pretty fast rate, considering. Yes, I was mentioning, people are getting afraid to drink water. You drink water, it's good for you. And then they turn around and say, don't drink too much water, it'll cause cancer because of the chemicals that could be added to it. Or because it's bottled water, it's supposed to be pure. Well, 9 times out of 10, bottled water isn't pure. People are being afraid to eat because it seems no matter what you buy in the stores, well, it's loaded with GMOs, it's loaded with chemicals. Take a look at some of your canned goods. You know, they'll say, no salt added, but has all the flavor, etc. No, it doesn't. What it has in it is chemical additives in place of the salt. You'd be better ahead to go ahead and use the salt. Oh yes, buy this particular soup. It's fat-free. It's good for you. No, it's not. It gets its flavor from chemicals too. It's being sprayed on our produce. It's being added to our canned goods. Animals are being fed chemicals. And then when humans ingest those animals, they're ingesting those chemicals as well. It's chemical warfare nowadays, folks. Mankind needn't worry, as far as I'm concerned, about wars killing off this planet. Mankind's doing a wonderful job of killing this planet off themselves. And I think it's high time people woke up. Why do you think more people are getting back into gardening, growing it themselves? Because I know my reason is I know what the heck is in my food and what isn't. When I grow my garden, I do not use chemicals of any kind. People say, well, hydroponics is good because it's fast and it produces an awful lot. Well, sure, might be great for some, but personally, I wouldn't trust it. Why? Because you've got chemicals in your water solution that you're growing your plants in. So again, still, you're going to be ingesting chemicals. Then they say the organic method is the best. Well, sure, organic is fine if it's truly organic. There are some that say they're growing organically, but when you look at what they're using on their garden, they're not. And then, of course, there are treated seeds treated with special chemicals to make them hardier, to make them produce more. All it is chemicals, and that's going to come out in the plant as well. So when I buy seed, I make sure that they are not modified in any way. I make sure they're not coated. I get my crop, I save seeds for the next year's crop, and I know darn right well there's no chemicals on those. So folks, I know this is a short show, but I just hope it will make people think when they listen to it. Because this planet is quickly going downhill with everything that's being done to it, with everything that's being done against it. We've got to get back on track, people. We've got to get it back on track. I hope you enjoyed this little talk, and I hope that you'll pass this information along to your friends. Give it a like if you will, I'd appreciate it. Follow our gardening group in Facebook. If you would, I would really appreciate it. It's gardening tips, tricks, and methods. Okay, thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you again later. Bye for now. God bless.